What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Retro Studios and Metroid Prime 4. So we haven't heard much information on this game since Nintendo said they're scrapping what they had before and making something different, with Retro Studios at the helm instead of who they had before, which was heavily rumored to be Bandai Namco. So that's essentially what's going on with this game up to date. However, there's been some new things here. They've added on some new people from various different games like Uncharted and Call of Duty, and it seems like they're continuing to ramp up the development of this game. But one thing that was posted recently kind of sent some shockwaves and maybe even some panic among some people that don't understand exactly how game development is going and everything. So essentially on Twitter, they put up a listing if you want to apply for a lead producer role to help make Metroid Prime 4. And some people were saying, well, wait a minute, they're just adding a lead producer now at this point. But no, they actually have a main producer and lead producers, but as development ramps up, they add on more people. A game can have multiple producers or lead producers in the game, and of course Tanabe is the liaison and the main producer between Nintendo and Japan, and also Retro Studios here in America, Texas. So that's essentially what's going on with this here, and to me this is actually a good thing because they're wanting to get this game done. They're wanting to add more talent. They're wanting to make things easier on the employees by bringing in more people that can help and ramp up the development of this game. So over the past couple years, Retro Studios has actually listed lots of different jobs. I mean, various different positions, from graphics, art, design, and so much more. So this didn't really shock me too much. Maybe there's some people that didn't know about this before in terms of what Retro Studios has been doing, but to me, they're ramping up development, they're getting things ready, and they want to make sure that Metroid Prime 4 is the best possible game that it can be. Now, there has been some speculation on like, when's this game going to be done, and maybe it's going to be like a next gen game only or a next Nintendo Switch gen game only, but I don't think so. I think at the bare like minimum, it's going to be like a cross gen, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess, for example. Those two games were cross-gen games, with the GameCube and the Wii with Twilight Princess, and then with the Wii U and the Switch with Breath of the Wild. So I think at the very minimum it's going to be that, but I highly doubt that they're going to make this game and it not be on Switch and only be on next gen. But this game isn't going to be out like anytime soon, within like the next like 6 months or so or anything like that. I would say it's going to be at least a minimum of a year plus. So I would say late 2021 at the earliest, or probably more realistically 2022 for this title. They started development in 2019, maybe late 2018, early 2019 with the rescrap and everything, so that gives them plenty of time. 2019, 2020, 2021, and then 2022, so 3 years or so to get a fantastic Metroid Prime 4 game out there to fans. So I think that's what they're aiming for. They don't want to have another issue that they had with like Metroid Other M, for example, and they want to make sure this is the best this game can possibly be by bringing on great talent and making sure that they have a great product when it's finished. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to Metroid Prime 4, them seeking a new lead producer? What's going on with this game? Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. This is something that I already reported on back when we talked about the Nintendo Switch sales passing up 61.45 million, but I wanted to get the official announcement out there because the Switch has officially, based on the actual numbers now, has officially surpassed the total worldwide sales of the NES, Nintendo's first home console, and their best selling home console outside of the anomaly that was the Wii, which sold 100 million units plus. So this is pretty significant for Nintendo because Nintendo hadn't had another system since the Wii, right? Any other of their core dedicated machines when it comes to home consoles, portables, passed up obviously the NES and all that, but home consoles or anything that they considered a home console, none of them ever passed up the NES, which the NES is so old and the gaming market is so much bigger now than it was back then. So this was definitely good to see that. Now, the reason why that we know that it's passed it up is because we have the Japanese weekly sales, which are accurate. Now, if you total up all the sales, because Nintendo gave us the sales numbers for the Nintendo Switch as of the end of June, but that doesn't count count July, that doesn't count August, and now we actually have those numbers obviously from the Famitsu sales reports, and right now the Nintendo Switch is sitting at 62,035,250 units. So that once again officially passes up the sales numbers of the Nintendo Entertainment System, which was at 61.91 million according to Nintendo. So congratulations to the Switch for actually doing that. That's definitely not something that was easy for Nintendo to do. It took this type of design and combining their home console and portable efforts in order to get it done. But I also think that it's also a change of the market and the times, right? It's very difficult and it's very competitive out there with smartphones and with PlayStation and with Xbox and with PC gaming. There's so many different varieties of ways to play games. It's tough for people to say, okay, I'm gonna buy this device and play these games here from Nintendo, then buy this separate device and play these games here from Nintendo. And obviously they didn't do a great job of those two systems communicating and playing the same type of games, which Sony tried to do with the PS Vita and like the PlayStation 3, and that failed as well after the PSP had a good run. But to be honest, I think the PSP did really well because people love to hack the heck out of that system, and once the Vita came out, they put a stop to all that, plus other issues as well. But either way, it's very difficult for people to have two different ecosystems and have people buy games separately on each one of those. Sometimes you have to have just one system that people can look at and get all of that content. And also, if you look at like the decline of the dedicated hardcore gaming out there compared to the rise of casual gaming and smartphones, this is definitely impressive for what they're trying to do. There. But yeah, it's definitely super competitive, and it's cool that the Nintendo Switch was able to finally pass up the NES, which didn't do it in too long of time, right? I mean, the Switch has only been out for a few years now. We're going into the 4th year of the Switch, so 3.5 years or so. So that's pretty impressive considering the time it's only been out, and the NES obviously was on sale for a lot longer than 3-4 years. So what are you guys' thoughts on the Nintendo Switch passing up the NES? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, I'm moving on to the next topic here, guys. Looks like Killer 7, the Suda51 classic, will be making its way to the Nintendo Switch, and we have the good doctor, Doc Trey, that actually found this out on LinkedIn. He put out a video recently talking about that, and I'm not going to show the actual listing or the guy's name or anything like that, but what I will tell you guys is that, yeah, it looks like Engine Software, the guys who have made a number of different games on the Switch in terms of porting and everything, and have done a fantastic job. They're the ones who are going to be handling this one here, because on that listing it says, yo, PC, and it's saying Switch on that LinkedIn profile, and pretty much he's been spot on the games that Doc Trey talks about with these LinkedIn profiles and what's going on here. Doc Trey even called like the EA support well before the reports started coming out from EA themselves or even other people, rumors that EA was going to be putting a little bit more content onto the Nintendo Switch. So very interesting to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing the official announcement of Killer 7, because this game was a cult classic back on the GameCube, and I actually never beat the game because it was stolen from me. I had the game and it was stolen from me, never got a chance to beat it, never got a chance to rebuy it again, but now I actually have my chance with the Switch release of the game. So what are you guys' thoughts on this when it comes to Killer 7 making a comeback on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, and moving on to the final topic here, it seems like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered could be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it could be coming as early as this November. Now, during the EA Play conference back in June, EA did say that they're going to have multiple games for the Nintendo Switch. Now, we do know about a number of these games, and Jeff Grubb actually listed that one of these games was likely to be a remaster of Criterion Games' 2010 racer Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now it looks like with a Australian and New Zealand online retailer listing of this game, and now a new Amazon listing that is going to happen, and it's not only going to come to Switch, but apparently it's going to be coming for the Xbox One and PlayStation as well. The listing on Amazon UK is for the Switch and the Xbox, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be PlayStation 2. And that would be cool if they actually put this out. I know like Need for Speed has been one of those franchises that people have loved over the years. It was kind of transformed from what they did before, but at the end of the day, I think people would still probably like something like this to come out, and hopefully it's better priced than what we saw with Need for Speed Paradise City on the Nintendo Switch, which has already gotten a big price drop, and you can pick it up for like $29.99 or something like that. But either way, not bad at all. We'll see if this actually ends up being correct. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more surprises for the Nintendo Switch out there, in remasters and remakes, and even a few new games as well. So it should be fun over the next few months as we round out 2020. So what are you guys' thoughts on all the different topics that we discussed here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.